worth falling for. Oh, and with open arms I'll carry yours.
Hi, I wanted to make this video because I realized that in a lot of my YouTube videos I haven't really talked about myself that much. I mean, I talk about events going on or my family, siblings and stuff like that, but I don't really talk that much about me. And I just wanted to talk about me for a little bit and what's been going on with me in my life. My name is Rebecca. I have 3 kids. Bianca, she is 31. And then she is a therapist and she lives in Chicago. She mostly works with kids. And I have Alex, who is 15. He has Asperger's and he goes on all my thrifting adventures with me. He likes doing it. And then there's Antonio. He just turned 14 last week. And he also goes with me. He does not enjoy it as much. And anyway, I started this journey of thrifting and reselling on eBay 2 years ago. I want to say in 2020, in the beginning of the year. It was like right before COVID started. And I started it by watching Crazy Lamp Lady on YouTube. And I thought, oh, I wonder, could I find some of the stuff she finds? So I decided to go to Goodwill, and oddly enough, one of my very first things I found was a fire and light bowl. And it was from that moment that I realized I could do it. And I started watching as many of her videos as I could. I mean, I've watched all her videos. And then I started watching other resellers that I saw, you know, related to her, like Tiffany, Thrifting Vegas, and the Niche Lady, and American Arbitrage, a lot of people. And I watch them religiously now. But I learned so much. I spent a whole year looking for things and learning glass, because that is my main thing that I sell is glassware and pottery, ceramics, but glass is my thing. And I spent a whole year, I bought books, I researched, I did everything I could to learn it and to be able to spot it, you know, on site. And I'm still learning. I don't know it all, obviously, but I think I'm pretty good at it now. And so it took off from there, and I started doing really well on eBay and then Facebook. I started selling on Facebook Marketplace and then Mercari. I haven't really quite figured out Etsy yet in my field, but maybe someday, I don't know. And then that led me eventually to Whatnot. Now, about me, I am 48, and I grew up in Carpentersville, Illinois. When we were younger, I think I lived, I mean, I didn't spend my whole childhood there, but that's where I remember the most from when I was younger. And then it was a lower class neighborhood town, you know, and it has some of my best memories there. I have 4 siblings. I had 5, but my oldest sister passed away a few years ago. And we all grew up there together, and we had like a zillion cousins. I mean, you know, we're Hispanic, so we have a million of them. And a lot of them lived in the same town. My mom had like 11 siblings, and a lot of them lived in the same area as us. And anyway, around 9th or 8th grade, we moved to Dixon, Illinois for 2 years. We lived there, and then we landed here in DeKalb, Illinois, which is where I've been since. It's been about 30 years that I've lived here, between DeKalb and Sycamore. Sycamore is a town right next door. I mean, like, they're like next door. Anyway, so I went to high school here, and I met my husband in high school, but we didn't start dating until after high school, and then we dated for about 5 years, and then we off and on, and then we eventually got married in 2001. And we were married for 6 years before we had our first son, Alex. And 2 years later, we had Antonio, and we bought a house here in DeKalb, and it happened to be during that time of the 2008 crash, and well, we crashed with it. And it was also during that time that my mom, she had an accident. She fell on her bike and she got a traumatic brain injury. And I mean, there's a lot in between that, but I'm not going to go into all of my details of my life. But and she made it all the way till 2009 when she 2016, and she passed away. And I started working like a month later after she passed away. I started working at a local locksmith called Maline's Lock and Key here in DeKalb, and I've been there ever since. It's the best. Up until then, for like 17 years, I had taken care of a couple, Ryan and Lisa, with cerebral palsy, and they were my friends. I loved them. I still love them. And we grew to love each other and became friends, and I was with them a long time until they were no longer able to keep aids anymore, and so I had to find another job. And so I started at this job, and I love it. I rekey locks, I cut keys, I sell stuff, and and I'll probably stay there until whenever I can't no more. But recently, my husband, his cousin, Andre Powell, he's with Caldwell Banker. He's a realtor, and he also owns like a barber shop. He owns a barber school. He does a lot in the community, and he helped us to get this house that we just now closed on. But it was a long, drawn-out process. It was a lot of paperwork and you know, going through a lot because of the previous house and how that ended up. And it took, we had gotten approved like in May, and we started looking for a house, and we found one. And then the bank felt like, because we weren't a full year, we had had a bankruptcy, and it wasn't a full year out of the bankruptcy. They wanted us to wait till November when it would be, and we would have an easier time. So that's what we had to do. We had to wait 4 more months. And then everything went pretty smoothly after that. I mean, we had glitches and hurdles we had to keep getting over. There was so much paperwork and things they wanted from us, but we just kept giving them whatever they wanted and whatever they asked for. And then I saw this listing for this house that I made previous videos on, and the minute I walked in this house, I knew this was my house. This was where we wanted to be. And my husband also fell in love with it the minute he saw it. So we finally did it, and last week we closed, and we've unpacked and we've moved in, and now I have created a whole studio in the basement for myself. And I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, and I am now going to start I had to put everything on break for a few weeks while I was moving. Everything was packed up, and so I haven't been able to do my whatnot auctions. I haven't been able to do anything really. And now I am free to do it all. So I'm going to start doing my whatnot auctions this weekend, hopefully, after I pick out some stuff and then go and get more things to sell. Whatnot is a great website, or auction website. I like it a lot. It's very comfortable. You know, you go on there and you are just able to sit, like I'm sitting where I'm going to do them at, and you just simply sit with the camera on the object, and people bid on it and buy it. And you don't get the prices you get on eBay, but you also don't wait as long as you do on eBay for people to buy. I mean, I could sell in one auction 30 to 40 items that would take months and months on eBay to sell. You know, so the process was pretty easy. I had heard about it by when I was watching a YouTube video for Misty, for Thrifter Hunter Vintage, or Thrifter Junker Vintage Hunter, and she was talking about that she had applied and was going to start on Whatnot. So I looked it up and I applied, and you just have to fill out this little application. It's not even a lot of stuff to fill out. You're just your information, your name and stuff. And then they want you to send them a picture or a video of all your stuff, you know. And I had heard that it takes up to 6 to 8 months to get approved, but it only took me maybe a couple days, and now it's approved. And I was able to do the interview, which actually was an interview with like 50 other people. It was online. And then once you did that interview, that was it. It was done. You were good. You could start creating your auctions and holding them. And it took a lot of learning. I did not know how to do the auctions. I watched a lot of YouTube videos. I asked a lot of questions. I went in a lot of people's auctions and asked questions. They were really helpful. So when you get started on Whatnot, you should do test auctions. Because when I was doing test auctions, because people had told me to do that, so other sellers would come into my test auction and they would help me. They would tell me any glitches I was having, how to fix things, how to price, how to use the app at all. And they were so helpful. And they're really supportive on there. And Whatnot is really geared to the seller. They really help you if you need help. And all you have to do is, you know, email them, and they always get back to me in the same day. Usually within an hour or so if I have any questions. And so I'm super excited to be able to start doing my auctions again. And I'm going to keep doing YouTube videos every day if I can. I'm going to do them shorter than I used to do them, because I used to do longer ones. But I think the 12 to 15 minute time range is a pretty good window, you know, to hold somebody's attention span. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about myself a little bit there. I'm not going to tell my whole life story, but I told you the gist. And my name is Rebecca, and I'm Thrifting with Rebecca. I am on eBay, Facebook, Mercari, and Whatnot under that name. And I hope you guys will join me in this journey, and like, comment, and subscribe, and try to get to know me, and watch me when I go to Goodwills and thrift stores and garage sales and antique malls, and you know, I video that. And I hope you come and learn from me a little bit, and I learn from you. I'm trying really hard to get this going so that I can provide a better life for my kids. That is the whole goal. That is my goal, my sole goal, to provide a better life for my family. And I don't do things perfect. I don't talk perfect. I try my best. And as time goes on, I'll get better at videos and all that. And so I hope you'll come and follow with me and get to know me a little bit more, and ask me questions in the comments that I can answer. And I'm more than willing to help you if you need it. Just give me a like, comment, subscribe, comment, give me questions, and we can go forward. All right, so I'm gonna call it a night, because I gotta do some things, pack up some packages, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks.
Hearts worth falling for. Oh, and with open arms I'll